Hello, and welcome to another video. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys a quick little craft to make sure that your massage business is functioning as a business. So without further ado, let's get into it. So notice I said craft. So we do need a few materials to get started. You are going to need a shirt. Now I purchased this shirt from Hobby Lobby. They're 50% off right now. So this shirt was, I have the receipt here, it was $2.99. So that's a really good deal for these shirts. You can find shirts at Walmart. You can use scrub shirts. My Lorena shirt, my all black Lorena shirt, is a scrub shirt. I could do it to this shirt that I'm wearing right now, but you are going to need a shirt. You're also going to need some way to, of course, iron these things on. Like, you're going to need something that's going to allow you to make your logo and iron it on a shirt. Today I'm going to be using my Cricut Joy, and I'm also going to be using this Smart Iron-On. Now, as you can tell, this one has glitter in it. Y'all know I love the sparkle, so I thought this was really nice when I found this. Or you can use, I'll put it on the screen for you, like these little paper iron-ons that you can actually use with your printer if you do not have the Cricut machine. But like I said, in today's video, we're going to use the Cricut machine. So you are going to need all those tools that go along with that. And if you do have a Cricut, I'm sure you know by now how to use those. If you do not have a Cricut and you have a massage business, I'm going to tell you it's literally one of the biggest and best, not the biggest, one of the best investments that I've made as far as like the back end of my business. You guys saw I had to make my car decal, like redo my car decal recently. All these things, it just ends up being less money if you don't have to outsource all these costs. My Lorena shirt, I don't know if y'all caught it in the last video, but it's been washed so many times. I love it. The back of it is 100% cool. The front of it, the lady made it for me, and she did tell me that the front of it might start peeling after a while, and it did. So I need to make another shirt and peel that one completely off, but we'll get to that kind of stuff later. So in order to not have to pay for those things, like I paid $45 for shirts. In order to not like pay all these ridiculous costs, the best thing to do is get the materials for yourself so that you can do it yourself, okay? So anyways, you're gonna need a shirt, you're gonna need some vinyl or the iron-on copies. And if you're gonna go this route, like let's say you're gonna get a Cricut, another thing that you're gonna need is some way to take the background out of your logo so that you can transfer it onto Cricut Space. And I'm gonna show you how I do that right now. All right, so you guys already know, I have made it no secret that I love PicMonkey. It's how I do all my back end stuff, from posting advertisements, Instagram things, thumbnails, all that kind of good stuff. It is not free. You do have to pay for it, but it is worth the price tag, okay? So what I'm going to do, it's going to be really easy. You need to make sure you have your logo. I'm creating my own logo, so I have it. The only thing I'm going to do is go in and remove the background, okay? So this is my removed background, and this is 100% ready now to transfer over to my Cricut design space. You cannot transfer it to Cricut design space, at least with the Cricut Joy, unless you're able to remove the background fully. This is not going to work. So you have to remove the background. You don't necessarily have to use PicMonkey. I'm sure there are a ton of other sites that allow you to do this, but you need to find a way to remove the background from your logo. All right, so at some point in time, either before you get this process started or now, like me, you're going to have to measure how big you want this. Now, this is not the standard mat. You know, the standard mat, it stops at 6. So it is, let's see, where's the 6? Right here. So the standard mat is like half of this one. So this is double, which is good because it allows me to make a bigger Lorena. And I want this thing to be big across my back. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and measure that out, and then make what I'm measuring mirror that on my Cricut design space. All right, so I have a number in my head. So now that I have a number in my head, I'm just going to go ahead and upload the picture that I have, that I just made on my, what do you call it? On my PicMonkey. And then as you can see, that Cricut Design Space actually has the background remover, but I already paid for it from another site, so I am cool. As you can see, the background is removed, and we're going to press apply. Okay, so I'm going to go straight over to cut because my Cricut Joy does not have the print to cut feature that I know of, child. I never use print to cut. Oops. Tanzzyi logo. So we're just going to transfer this over. All right, so even though the by Tanzzyi might try to print off, I can always cut it away. So I'm not going to let that stress me out too much. I'm gonna look at my measurements here. It's gonna be best if I turn it to the side because that will give me a more accurate depiction. And I want this thing to be pretty big. My card is 12 inches, so this is actually perfect. So I'm gonna put it there. And I can actually, let me turn this way. That way we don't even have to worry about it trying to cut that by Tanzzyi off. Let's see, is it 6 across? Not 6 across, so make it a little smaller. 4 across, not 4 across. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to turn it this way because it's gonna make it small. So if it cuts it off, that's fine with me because I only needed, my thing is only the width of like 4, right? So I can't put it past there, so this won't even show up, so that's cool. I'm gonna move that up a little bit and then we are ready to make it. So here is my vinyl all ready to go. It's the shiny side is actually facing down. Don't forget that. I messed this up a lot of times. Like I wasted a lot of money on iron-on because I couldn't figure out how to get it right. That's what I'm showing you. Okay, so shiny side down, and then I'm also going to make sure that I press mirror when I go to my image, and this guy is ready to go. Now, as you can see, I have a little extra pulled over here. I want to cut it. Actually, I am going to cut it. But I also, they didn't give me too much in here, which is why I usually don't buy like the Joy materials. But I also didn't want to do like a lot of cutting. So this is all that's left out of the little one that I bought. And then here we are. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see if I can just do it like this. All right, I'm sorry about that. So now I have to press make it. I actually had to take off the by Tanzzyi at the bottom because it wasn't going to do it. So I press make it. I'm going to put on the mat because that's just how we're going to do it. Why is it telling me for smart materials only? I can actually make it without the mat. Let's do this. Okay, I can do it without the mat. And then as we can see here, so that I use up as little as paper as possible, I just kind of want to make sure everything's in the right place. So it's not letting me move that over anymore. We're just going to keep it within those confines, okay? So let's get to making. Cool. Next. Iron on. Just gonna load this guy up. And then here goes the moment of truth. Bro, this is a whole nother day, okay? It's a whole nother day. While that's cutting, let's have a conversation. Because I started out this video really optimistic and really like, oh my God, I could do this. Why would you ever pay money for this and that? Baby, I know why people pay money for it. This is a lot of work. So, this is what I have left of the vinyl that I had yesterday. Let me get it. So, all right, here we go. So I told you, I usually don't buy these because they don't have like a lot of materials in it. However, it keeps me from like having to cut because it fits my machine perfectly. I gotta monitor this thing, make sure it's not messing up. It fits my machine perfectly. So instead I bought the sister version of the same vinyl. This was $15. So this was $10, this was $15 at Walmart. You can get them cheaper on Amazon, to be honest with you. And Hobby Lobby usually has a sale, so I wouldn't suggest paying an arm and leg for it. However, I was already doing shopping at Walmart, so I just got it from Walmart. So here is, you can't really, yeah, you can see it perfectly. So here is the Lorena. Now, if you can see, it's very jagged on the edges, right? So the one that I did yesterday was like that. I printed this whole big paper, and as I started to weed the material, I realized that it was looking real jagged. And I'm like, oh my God, I messed up the whole thing. So I threw all that away, which I shouldn't have, because if I actually look at my shirt here, You can't really see from back there, right? It looks fantastic. It even looks fantastic when I look at it close. But I'm gonna bring it up to you and you can see there's still that same little jagged edges. So I actually ruined, you know, I threw away a whole thing of paper for no reason. So what I did was I tried both. I tried kind of like an italicized font, which if you don't know what italicized is, just kind of lean into the side ever so slightly. I tried an italicized font for the big one on the back of the shirt. If I mess it up, the shirt was only like $2.99, so it's cool. I tried an italicized version of that, and then on the front, I'm just gonna use the same font because this is my actual logo with the background removed. So it's like verbatim what my logo looks like. I wanna see if the italicized Lorena is gonna look the same. And then as you can see on the front here, I printed out 2 of those because on the front here, I'm gonna have to peel this off and like, you know, do something new, honey, because that was peeling off at the back. And now that I'm looking at the back of the shirt, my L is starting to peel off too. So I'm glad I'm figuring out how to make more because, like I said, I paid $45 for those massage height shirts. I forgot how much she charged me for this, but it was worth it. But I still would like to learn how to do it. So let's finish up working on these shirts, y'all. I hope it turns out right because I really don't know what I'm doing. It's so beautiful. Okay, let me finish. All right, so I'm sorry, they're outside cutting the grass, but let's see the finished products. So here's the first one, the t-shirt that I showed you guys that I just bought. And then this one is the italicized, like remove background, like my actual logo. So it's still, you can still tell what it says. But I really, really like the way that this one looks on the shirt. And this is the font straight from Cricut. So there's that. And I did mirror the images, so you know, they're not backwards, they're right. I'm so excited about this. And then here is my old shirt. And then I fixed the part on the front. Now I couldn't get all of this off, but I'm still gonna wear this shirt because it's my favorite shirt actually. But let me show you guys. So you can see the material on this one. This is the material that the lady made, well, ironed on. And then you can see that this material is, let's see, can we see it? It's raised. I don't know if you can tell. It looks very, like, it looks like, honey, it looks professional, okay? All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There's been a lot of vinyl wasted, okay? But I finally figured it out. As always, if you have a question, ask a question, and I'll see you guys in the next video.